All right, it's about that time, guys. We have to go over Warren Buffett's most recent stock market moves through his Berkshire Hathaway holding company, which at this point, you guys probably know about Berkshire Hathaway, right? So we're going to break down what stocks he bought, what stocks he reduced, what he sold out of completely, and we're going to break down whether or not he bought any new stocks. So hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. And guys, if you're not following me on X or on TikTok at this point, I don't know what else to tell you. Use that link down below. Follow me on X and on TikTok. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. And actually, before we do that, let me take a sip of this coffee. Again, cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. So again, it's now the time, it's that season where we're getting the 13 net filings from these companies, these big financial, conglomerates. Well, I don't know what you want to call them, but these big financial firms. And I think if you have over $100 million in assets under management, something like that, you must report a 13 net filing every single quarter. So, people can see what you're buying, what you're holding, yada, yada, yada. So let's talk about that right now. What is Warren Buffett doing as of right now? And this chart right here that you're seeing is Tesla, which has nothing to do with this video, guys, but, I'm watching it as we're arguably about to break out. We'll talk more about that in another video, so make sure you guys subscribe. But overall today, the markets are green, which I guess is good. But again, that doesn't pertain to this video. So let's jump into this tab. Give me a second here, guys. Bear with me. Here we go. So here we can see all the moves, all the holdings, all that good stuff. So let's just dive into it, guys. So right now, let's just start off with his holdings in general, again, in Berkshire Hathaway, the holding company. So his top 10 holdings right now are Apple, Bank of America, American Express, Coca-Cola, Chevron, Kraft Heinz, Moody's. You have DVA. What the heck's DVA? Is that DaVita, right? I forget what that one is. Yeah, DaVita. So you got all these different holdings in the top 10. We have Citigroup as well. So you guys probably know all of these. You already knew they were in his top 10. So really nothing too new when it comes to that. But we do have obviously some changes when it comes to what positions he's adding to. Let me actually open that up here so you guys can see. We can start off with what he's adding to, and there's two stocks. There's two stocks that he's adding to right now. Let me actually zoom in so you can see. Come on, there we go. So the first one is an energy company, which you guys may or may not have heard of. Have you guys heard of Chevron? Yeah, he's buying more Chevron, and in a pretty big way. He bought 15 million more shares, almost 16 million more shares of Chevron. You guys can see that right here above my big old head, and that's an increase of 14%. So essentially, he increased his position by 14%, which is a pretty big increase, but not as big, nearly as big as the 315% increase in his Sirius XM position, which I'm still not really sure what he really sees in Sirius XM. But hey, he's buying a bunch of shares, 30 million more shares as of this last 13 net filing, and it looks like now he has 40 million shares. So we went into the last quarter, in the last filing rather, there were 10 million shares. Now there's 40 million, hence that 315% increase in ownership, and now he owns $220 million of SiriusXM, which is a massive chunk. I'm assuming that's a lot of the position or a lot of the company. Either way, he bought 30 million more shares, guys, of SiriusXM and 16 million more shares of Chevron. Now, let's break down what he's reducing. What positions is he? Actually, no, before we do that, let's go over which ones he closed out completely. This is actually very important right here. Take a look here, guys. So we can see the first one that he closed out completely is MKL, which he barely owned any. MKL, 158,000 shares. So he closed out of that. He closed out of GL as well. Two finance companies. And you got to realize, guys, when it comes to Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, he has so much money in that, in that holding company. There's so many billions of dollars. It doesn't make sense to own a stock, to only have a couple $1,000,000, right? Or own only 100,000 shares of a stock. It doesn't move the needle. It does not make sense. So he's probably like, screw it, I'm getting out of these. MKL, GL, DR Horton, I believe he sold out of. Yep, DHI, he sold about 6 million shares of that. And he also sold STNE, Stone Cold, not Stone Cold the wrestler, guys, but Stone Co, or maybe not Stone Co. I mixed that up, guys, my bad. Stone Co Limited, he sold out of completely, almost 11 million shares. So yeah, those are the stocks that he's getting out of as of the last 13F. Now let's go over what stocks he's reducing, which is pretty interesting here. So you guys know Apple is by far and away his biggest holding. I think 50%. Yeah, it's still 50% of the portfolio, and it was last 13F filing. But as of this 13F filing, he did sell around 10 million shares of Apple, a little reduction there of around 1% of the position. So nothing crazy, but yeah, 10 million shares on the biggest holding of the, holding company. It makes sense. He's trimming a little bit. I don't see anything wrong there. For Pete's sake, guys, the stock is still 50% of the portfolio. And what's even more interesting is, forget Apple, is these other two ones right here, Paramount Global and HP, guys. He sold out massively out of those two stocks. Not completely, obviously, but he sold 30 million shares of Paramount Global, or 32%, a 32% reduction in his position size. So that's a big reduction there in Paramount Global. And he also sold 77% of HP, which is a massive position. And to be honest, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Buffett in the next couple of filings here sold out of that one completely. At this point, let's see, he owns 22 million shares. He sold 80 million shares as of this last filing. So yeah, sold some HP, Paramount Global, a teeny tiny bit of Apple. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. No new positions as of this 13F filing. Nothing new. Just moving some things around in the existing, or with the existing holdings. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of what Buffett just did in Berkshire Hathaway. Nothing too crazy. I would really say the most notable moves are him reducing HP massively and Paramount Global. I would say those are the two most notable moves. Maybe him selling out of DR Horton is a little bit alarming. What is he noticing there moving forward with, the economy, right? Maybe we'll see some more insights there. But yeah, that's pretty much what Buffett just did, guys. Breaking news, hot off the press. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more content. And do not forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, guys, each up to $2,000. Simply use that link down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. Once you guys open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks. And fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And again, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. And there's a bunch of other perks by using that link down below, guys. So get on it. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next one.